While the app is loading, you'll get taken to this launch screen where you got two labels and then a few images of dogs. After the app is loaded, you go directly to the main max speed segment controller. So you select 10% power, 30% power, 60% power, or full power for your car. Then you use this slider to change the background color of this view controller and the next view controller. Then you simply press the connect button to connect to the Bluetooth device, and then it'll bring you to the next view controller. On this view controller, you've got a label for the speed of your car, obviously based on the select segment over here. And then you've got the label for the characteristics that are obtained from the HM10 Bluetooth module. So when you connect to it, it gives you the characteristics, which in this case I think it is 0xFFE0. That's what it displays there. And then you've got obviously the images. You've got your UI views, and then these sliders. These sliders rotate 90 degrees right when the app is opened to align with the views. Obviously, I declare my variables up here. We've got the maximum speed, color value, then these are just for the background color. Outlets up here. This is the segment controller for the maximum speed. So if they press the first one, it's maximum speed equals 10%, 30%, 60%, full power. Now here's the function for the slider that changes the background color. So if the value of the slider is changed, then just simply change the background color. Now here we send all of our values from the sliders and the segment controllers to the next view controller for use there. As you can see, here we set the destination as HM10 view controller. We send the max speed value, slider value, and the color value for the background values. Now here's the second view controller. We start off declaring the characteristics of the HM10, and we declare the device as CD peripheral. And we store the characteristics in the characteristic value. Then we've got my outlets. We have more variables. Obviously, we need to these are the characteristic values, peripheral values, and then obviously the max speed value. This will be different because it'll take the value received from the first view controller. The background color value, obviously it'll be different because it'll be the one that is received from the first view controller. And now here we rotate the sliders 90 degrees right when the app starts. Then we initialize the central manager for use later for connecting via Bluetooth. Obviously we set the speed label to max speed, label.text equals the service provider, the characteristic of the device. And then we set the background color equal to the color selected in the first view controller. Then if the value is changed from the first slider, then obviously send the new slider value, and you just write to the device the value. The value is encoded using the UTF-8 encoding because the HM10 cannot read just simple integers. You have to encode it. Same thing for the second slider. Now here we have error states. So obviously if peripheral is resetting, if it's powered off, then you just send these messages. You just send an error message, and then when it's powered on, you run this little script on here. So obviously it'll scan for peripherals with the services, and then it will print the peripherals that are found. So then if the program did discover a peripheral with the correct services, then you connect to the peripheral, and then you stop scanning for peripherals. And down here we have more error conditions. So obviously if there's an error in the services, print connection error, and then if you did not get we did not receive the characteristics of the peripheral, then send another error.
Right when you open the app, a loading screen appears, as you can see, and then you jump right into the main view controller, where you can select the maximum speed of the robot, 10% power, 30%, 60%, or full power. I'm just going to say 60% power. You can slide to change the background color. I like orange. And then you connect to the Bluetooth device by pressing this button. Now, as you can see, the background color is orange because we set that in the last one. Up here, you've got the percent power of your robot. And then you got the service ID of the actual HM10 module. As you can see, the HM10 module has stopped pulsating and is a fixed red. The indicator is fixed and red, meaning that it is connected and ready to receive data. When I change these slider values, you can see, obviously, I'm printing them out right here. Obviously, we only can see the bytes because they're using the UTF-8 encoding, so we can't see them, but it is readable by the Bluetooth module. Because the Bluetooth module, you cannot send in integers, obviously. It cannot read them, but it can read special encodings like the UTF-8 encoding, which I'm using. Thank you.